The hookworm. Imagine you're walking barefoot outside on a warm summer day. The grass feels soft, the ground is warm, and you're proud of yourself for finally touching nature instead of staying inside doom scrolling for 14 hours straight. Everything feels peaceful until it isn't. Hidden beneath the soil, microscopic larvae wait silently like tiny biological ninjas. The moment your skin brushes against the ground, they latch on. You don't feel it happen. You won't feel anything until it's too late. Over the next few hours, a mild itch forms between your toes or on your foot. Nothing major, just enough to annoy you. But that itch marks the exact spot where hookworm larvae drilled into your skin. They pass through your tissue, wriggled into your bloodstream like unwelcome little commuters, and eventually reached your lungs. From there, they crawl up your throat, you swallow them without noticing, and boom! They're now living in your intestines rent-free. At first, you might feel nothing, maybe some queasiness, maybe fatigue. But as weeks go on, the worms attach themselves to your intestinal walls using sharp mouth parts, sucking your blood like tiny vampiric noodles. You begin losing iron. You grow weak. Your heart beats faster because it's trying to compensate for the lack of oxygen in your blood. Your skin turns pale. You feel cold all the time. You can't think clearly. The pain begins gradually, gnawing abdominal cramps, waves of nausea, constant hunger despite eating. The worms multiply. They feed. They create lesions inside your digestive system that throb and burn with every meal. The worst part is the slow-motion agony. Your body deteriorates inch by inch. If untreated, you can develop severe anemia. Your organs starve for oxygen. Your heart strains itself. Eventually, your body begins shutting down. It's not the kind of intense, electrifying pain you get with more violent parasites. It's quieter, creeping, like being slowly drained by something you can't see. But death by hookworm is still painfully miserable. Your own intestine becoming an all-you-can-eat buffet until your body can't function anymore. The guinea worm. Now imagine that after a year of living your normal life, working, sleeping, wasting time, you suddenly wake up one morning with a burning pain in your leg. Not a cramp, not a pulled muscle, a burning. As if your skin is being roasted from the inside. You look down and notice a raised blister forming on your foot or ankle. The area is red, inflamed, and feels like it's pressing outward. That's because it is. Inside your body lives a worm up to 3 feet long, coiled around your tissues like a grotesque biological rope. She has spent the last 12 months growing inside you, and now she's ready to exit. The blister bursts, releasing fluid. A white thread-like shape emerges, a piece of the worm's body. When this happens, the pain spikes. Victims describe it as molten fire, as though someone is pouring hot oil under their skin. The urge to submerge the wound in cold water becomes overwhelming, and that's exactly what the worm wants. Contact with water triggers her to release thousands of larvae into the new environment, continuing the cycle. Over the next several weeks, the worm must be removed manually. A tiny piece is wrapped around a stick or gauze, and each day, only a few millimeters are pulled out. If you pull too fast, the worm snaps, which can cause severe infection and inflammation that may become fatal. Imagine the pain of slowly extracting a noodle-length creature from your leg, one pull at a time. The burning inflammation spreads along the worm's entire path beneath your skin. Every movement sends fiery streaks of agony down your limb. You can't walk, you can't sleep, you can't function. Death usually comes from secondary infections, gangrene, sepsis, or massive inflammation. It's the kind of suffering that feels ancient, medieval, uniquely cruel. A worm leaving your body by tearing itself through your flesh for weeks, sometimes months, is the type of pain you don't forget, even if you survive. The Trichinella Spiralis. Imagine eating a delicious piece of undercooked pork at a barbecue. It tastes amazing, smoky, juicy, perfectly seasoned. You compliment the cook. You go home satisfied. But deep inside that meat were microscopic cysts containing larvae of Trichinella Spiralis, a parasite that treats your body like a theme park of suffering. Within a few days, the larvae burst out of their cysts inside your intestines. They mature into adults and mate inside you, because of course they do. The females then release newborn larvae that immediately begin drilling through your intestinal walls. The pain hits like sharp, twisting cramps, stomach bloating, diarrhea, vomiting. You feel poisoned from the inside because you are. But that's only stage 1. The real nightmare begins when the larvae enter your bloodstream and migrate throughout your entire body. They burrow into your muscles, your breathing muscles, your eye muscles, your jaw muscles, the ones that let you swallow, speak, or move your limbs. Each worm entering a muscle cell triggers inflammation so intense that it feels like your tissues are being carved open from the inside. Your muscles stiffen. You develop fever, facial swelling, difficulty chewing, difficulty breathing, and a deep, relentless pain in every limb. Imagine the worst full-body soreness you've ever experienced, then multiply it by 10 and add stabbing pains every time you try to move. Even lying still hurts because the inflammation creates a burning, throbbing pressure that radiates through your muscles. If enough worms invade, they begin affecting your diaphragm, making it feel like you're suffocating even while breathing. They reach your heart, causing myocarditis. They invade the brain, leading to seizures, confusion, and brain swelling. Death from trichinosis is a full-body shutdown. It's not fast. It's not gentle. It's an agonizing decline as your muscles become battlegrounds, and the worms occupy every corner of your tissue. The pain is systemic, constant, and overwhelming, your own body turning into a worm-infested prison you can't escape. The Loa Loa. Now imagine waking up one morning with irritation in your eye. Your vision is blurry. It feels like something is trapped beneath your eyelid. Maybe an eyelash, maybe dust. You rub your eye, blink a few times, and then you see it. Something moves across the white of your eyeball, slowly, purposefully. It isn't dirt. It isn't your imagination. It's alive. The Loa Loa worm swims through your subconjunctival tissues, literally crawling across your eye. You feel it shifting every time you blink. A burning sensation follows the creature's movements, as if your eye is being scraped from the inside. But the eye is only one of its favorite spots. The worm migrates through your skin, creating painful swellings that move from place to place. These aren't soft bumps. They're tender, throbbing pockets of inflammation that stretch the skin painfully. Imagine feeling something slither beneath your flesh, causing swelling so intense it feels like your tissue is going to burst. Patients describe the pain as sharp, stinging, and electric, sometimes radiating down their limbs as the worm passes through nerve-dense areas. The psychological agony of feeling something alive inside your eye or crawling across your face amplifies the physical suffering tenfold. When the infection becomes severe, the worm count in the bloodstream skyrockets. This triggers intense immune responses, fever, muscle pain, organ inflammation, and neurological complications. If medical treatment is given too quickly, the dying worms release toxins into the bloodstream, causing severe brain swelling, coma, or death. Loa Loa is the kind of parasite that brings both physical and psychological pain. It's not just the sensation of something crawling inside your body, it's knowing it might cross your eye again at any moment. And if death occurs, it's painful, chaotic, driven by severe inflammation and organ failure caused by thousands of worms clogging your circulatory system. This is one of the most agonizing parasitic worm infections, not only because of pain, but because you remain fully aware of the creature crawling inside you until the very end.